Thanks, Sean. Hi, Alex. Alex, I know shots on goal aren't everything, but I think it took you guys about 8.5 minutes to get a shot yesterday. How did you feel you came out in those first 10 minutes, and how have you sort of felt about the team's starts and being able to dictate play throughout the season?
Yeah, I think that's something we talked about towards the last 10, 12 games of making sure we're coming out with good starts. Obviously, in the playoffs, those are a key. It's a key part of the game. I thought maybe last night, game one playoffs, feels like everyone was a little bit. I wouldn't say nervous, maybe just a little bit anxious. We weren't executing the way we're capable of, and we finally got moving, like you said, I think 8 minutes into the first, and build our game from there. So I think that's something we addressed today, and hopefully tomorrow we get going right at the puck drop.
And I don't want to get too hung up on the shot clock. So how would you categorize maybe the quality of the chances last night, or does there need to be more of second chances or the good old pass off the goalie's pads and try to create stuff that way?
Yeah, I think it's almost like we were like a step too far, a step too back on certain plays. Like I said earlier, I think we weren't executing as at the level that we're capable of, and then not a whole lot happened. So, I think we all realize that, there's not a lot of ice down there. They checked really well on us yesterday, so that's on us to find ways to create second and third opportunities, and we're going to keep building on that.
Jim Matheson, Post Media.
Alex, last night after the game, Paul Maurice said in the playoffs, usually the skilled players cancel each other out, and the goals that are scored are more from the role players in a lot of cases. Is that the way you see it too?
Yeah, I think I mean, there's a reason why each teams are in the playoffs. Majority of teams have highly skilled players. Those guys are going to create offense no matter what. So, depth scoring is important, and sometimes those guys get a key goal for the club, and we need more of that out of our guys.
How did you think Jesse played last night?
Awesome. It's been great just to see how he's evolved this year. Off the ice, he's a lot more comfortable around the guys, and I enjoy spending time with him. I think my first year here, when he was here, I didn't really get to know him, and I don't know if that's maturity or whatnot. He feels a lot more comfortable here. He's a great kid. I think a lot of the things that you guys don't see, he puts in the work. He's here every day, and he takes care of himself. He trains hard, and I was happy to see him, score a goal yesterday. He works for all he's got, and he deserves all the credits that's given to him.
Derek Van Diest, Post Media.
Hey, Alex, just wanted to ask about the mentality of a playoff series. They always say it's important not to get too high over wins and not to get too low over losses. Is that easier said than done when you lose a first game of a series?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think our group is hoping for a better outcome last night, but that's the part of the playoffs. It's so tight. Momentum changes really fast, and I think we're looking forward to bring our game to the next level tomorrow and see if we can execute a few more plays and be a little bit more direct, and fully confident in our group capable of doing that.
How does a guy like you that have been in these wars before and has gone all the way, how do you help in trying to kind of maintain that level of calmness, I guess, among the group going into game 2 tomorrow?
It's I starts today. I think last night was a little bit of sour taste, and today, go back to energy on the ice, and no, I think we got good juice going today in the locker room, and you got to stick with the plan. Those are long series. We're playing a really good team. Obviously, they've been through some deep runs here in the past 4 or 5 years, and we're expecting a battle.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
Alex, how are you?
Good.
The word or the feeling about the Oilers is if you shut down, from a lot of places, not from inside, but from a lot of places, is if you shut down 29 and 97, you shut down the Oilers. Last night, they get no points between them, and the Oilers score 1 goal. Is this an opportunity now for guys like you who aren't in the top 6, who can score, you and the rest of the bottom 6 guys, is this a time to kind of stake your claim and say, hey, there's more to this team than just 29 and 97?
I mean, you win, you lose as a team. I think we realize how crucial those guys are to our team. What they've done in throughout the seasons and on the past 2-3 years. Those guys have earned that, and I think the rest of us, like I said, I think a couple of days ago, I expect a lot of myself. I expect myself to produce. I expect myself to make good plays and be good defensively, and I hope everyone else feels the same way about their game. So, I want what's best for our team, and I try to bring what's best out of myself, and we got to do it as a team. It's not a single team that we have. We realize how important those guys are, but we got to play together, and we've done that all year, and we're not worried about that.
I don't put a lot of stock in the bubble and the Chicago series and stuff. It was just too weird, and I don't know, a lot of stuff happened there that didn't bear out this season, Alex. But the only similarity I saw was in the third period of those games against Chicago, you guys lost games on that same tip, that same battle for position. Highmore gets a tip, and then Jonathan Toews gets a tip, and then last night, Toninato gets the tip. Is there any similarity there? Is there anything to learn from the way you've lost the last few playoff games?
That's where goals are scored. Shots from the point, rebounds, tips. I guess we have to bring more of that out of our game for ourselves.
Ryan Rashog, TSN.
Yeah, Alex, you might have answered this one a little bit, but as the games in the playoffs tighten up and we hear about tight checking, playoff hockey, what's the adjustment that needs to be made for a team that, is a high-flying team? How do you function and how do you have success in a tighter playoff-style game?
I saw yesterday, I think, you saw the Scheifele line, and they were chipping a lot of pucks in, get on the forecheck. They weren't trying to give us any outnumbers rushes, and so you got to stick to the plan. They're long games, and you got to hang in there. You can't try to win the game in the first 5 minutes. You got to build your game as it goes, and I think there's a lot of momentum change. Momentum changes a lot throughout the game. You just got to stick with it, shift after shift, keep building. I think yesterday was kind of a learning process for that. It's just execute the plays and realize that every play matters. And I think tomorrow we're looking forward for what's ahead for our team.
Yeah, and I wonder about the first period too, because you guys have admitted it was maybe anxious or jittery was the word Connor used last night. What do you look to do your first couple shifts of each game to make sure you're on the right side of that and not backing your way into these games?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I wish I had a good answer for that. I think. I mean, we prepare. We're ready to go. We have to execute, and it's playoffs. It's you know what to expect right off the bat, and if we can pull a couple good shifts right away together, I think that creates confidence within our group. And I thought yesterday, like you said, anxious or not executing at the level we're capable of, and it took us a little bit to get going.
Take 2 questions in French. Patrick Henry, Radio Canada.
Alex, si on regarde les stats du match hier, au niveau des mises en échec, ça a été un match extrêmement robuste, mais à le regarder, ça n'avait pas l'air tant que ça. Toi, sur la patinoire, comment tu l'as vécu? Est-ce que ça a été vraiment un match différent de ce qu'on voit en saison? Puis à quoi tu t'attends pour demain? Est-ce que ça va être différent?
Moi, je crois qu'il y avait. Je pouvais pas dire que c'était un match qui était extrêmement robuste. Je pense qu'il y avait vraiment. Il n'y avait pas beaucoup d'espace sur la glace, même défensivement ou offensivement. Donc, j'imagine que demain, c'est le même genre de game que les Jets vont jouer. Puis, on s'attend à un meilleur effort de notre part.
J'espère que tu n'as pas regardé les médias sociaux aujourd'hui. Il y a comme un vent de panique à Edmonton. Les fans, on dirait que tout a mal été. Vous avez joué un bon match hier, mais qu'est-ce qui a mal été? Qu'est-ce qui pourrait être amélioré, selon toi, le principal point pour le match de demain?
Notre exécution était probablement pas au niveau qu'on est capable de jouer. C'est le premier match de la série. Ça n'a pas tourné comme on aurait voulu. Puis, on s'attend à un meilleur effort de notre équipe demain soir.